David released a new song about Celeste and then deleted it. That alone was enough to send the internet into chaos. But what's even more disturbing is what started happening right after that. Celeste's own family members, the people who were supposed to protect her, started acting suspicious. Some things aren't adding up, and the deeper you look, the stranger everything gets. So let's talk about it. What really happened with this deleted song, what the lyrics mean, and why Celeste's family might not be as innocent as everyone once thought.
David's been quiet for a while. Ever since the entire situation with Celeste started getting attention online, he's been keeping a low profile. No new music, no major appearances, no interviews. People assumed maybe he was done, that maybe finally he realized that releasing music connected to Celeste was crossing a line. But out of nowhere, he suddenly uploaded a new track called Rush. It appeared on BandLab, a platform where musicians can upload and share songs without going through record labels or big streaming sites like Spotify. It's more of an open space for creators. And for a short time, the song was there. People got notifications, fans started listening, and word started spreading that this was a brand new release from David. Then, just as quickly, he deleted it. The link stopped working. Anyone who tried to open it saw an error or a message saying it was private. That one move, uploading it and immediately deleting it, made people believe that this wasn't just a normal song drop. It felt intentional, like he wanted people to find it, talk about it, and then panic when it disappeared. It's almost like he wanted to create a mystery.
The song itself, Rush, has really haunting lyrics. And once again, just like his previous songs, it sounds like it's written about Celeste. He sings about someone who's gone, someone he misses, someone who lied to him, and someone who changed. Lines like, "Do I miss you? I can't decide. If you love me, then please don't lie. You're supposed to be mine. If something changed, can I at least know why?" These aren't just love lyrics. They sound like guilt. They sound like confusion and control. They sound like someone trying to rewrite what really happened. Like he's trying to paint himself as the victim when the truth might be much darker.
Listeners who managed to save snippets of the song started breaking down the lyrics, piece by piece. David sings about wanting to take things slow, but the other person, who everyone believes is Celeste, didn't want to wait. He repeats the words, "don't want to wait," several times, almost obsessively. For many, that's disturbing because it mirrors what people have said about his relationship with Celeste, that she was underage and that he should have waited. It's like he's using music to justify what happened. And when he says, "If something changed, can I know why?" it's chilling, because Celeste can't answer. She can't explain what changed. She can't defend herself. So the song feels like him talking to a ghost, a way to control the story when she's no longer here to speak for herself. After the lyrics started circulating, social media exploded. Some people called him a manipulative artist, saying he's feeding off the tragedy. Others said he's trying to get attention or make people feel sorry for him. One person wrote, "Bro thinks he's mysterious. What a loser. He really thinks he's getting away with this." Another added, "It takes time to build a case, but how much time? Years? 2026? He's out here making sad songs while facing murder rumors. This shouldn't be allowed." There's anger, sadness, and disbelief all mixed together, because even though everyone knows what's being suggested about him, he's still making music, and somehow some people are still listening. Others online believe this song isn't new. They think maybe it was written before Celeste's death, and David decided to upload it now for a reason. Maybe to remind everyone of their connection, or maybe to make people talk again. If that's true, then this wasn't just random. It was calculated. And it fits a pattern. David has done this before, posting cryptic art, deleting things, leaving hidden messages in songs. He acts like a character in a movie, but this isn't fiction. A real girl is gone.
And every time he does something like this, it feels like he's toying with the situation, keeping it alive just enough to feed the attention.
But that's only half the story. The other half is about Celeste's family, and the more people dig, the more questions come up. It all started when a private investigator named Steve, the same one who was hired to look into Celeste's disappearance, began sharing new findings. He revealed that the first time Celeste was reported missing was on February 14, 2024. That's the exact same day another person, Josh Marshall, took possession of the rental house where David had been living. The last time she was reported missing was April 5, 2024. But here's the confusing part. Even though she was listed as a missing person, there were confirmed sightings of her after that date. On May 30th, she was seen at her cousin Esmeralda's high school graduation. There are photos showing her there, smiling, dressed up, not missing at all. And then in September, there's video footage of her fighting with neighbors at the Lake Eleanor home. So how could she be missing if she was seen multiple times in public? This led Steve, and everyone following the case, to ask, did her family know she was with David the whole time? Was she really missing, or did they label her that way on purpose to avoid legal trouble? Because if Celeste was with David, and the family knew but didn't report it, that's huge. It could mean they were protecting themselves, maybe from CPS, maybe from truancy laws, or maybe because they didn't want to admit they lost control of the situation. Steve even mentioned that someone close to the family told him that certain relatives told neighbors not to look for Celeste because she was supposedly safe and staying with another family member in Los Angeles. But that doesn't make sense. Celeste's mother knew about David, so who was she staying with? Or was that just an excuse?
It's painful to even think about, the idea that the people who were supposed to protect Celeste might have looked the other way. Maybe they thought it was temporary. Maybe they didn't realize how serious it would get. But either way, their silence might have cost her life. The more Steve dug into the timeline, the stranger it became. He even asked Esmeralda directly, "Did you attend an event with David and Celeste on April 21st, 2024? Because if she did, that means she personally saw them together while Celeste was officially listed as missing. That means she knew where Celeste was and didn't tell anyone." Esmeralda is now 18, and she became the public face of the family after Celeste's death. She even helped organize the GoFundMe, which raised over $24,000, and the fundraiser was set up in her name. People started asking why she was handling everything and whether she was completely honest about what she knew. Some defended her, saying she was just a teenager, that the parents were the ones responsible. But others said if she was close enough to Celeste to have her at her graduation, then she had to know what was going on. Then another cousin, Shell, came forward with even more shocking details. She said that Celeste told David her real age and that instead of backing away, he became more interested. Shell claimed that David knew exactly how young Celeste was. And she also said that the family didn't report everything because they were afraid Celeste would run away again or disappear completely if they pushed too hard. That fear might explain their silence, but it doesn't excuse it. They thought staying quiet would keep her close, but in the end, it might have made everything worse.
Another cousin, Wendy, also spoke out online earlier this year, even before the situation became national news. She posted a warning on social media saying, "Be careful who you talk to on the internet. Don't make the same mistakes my cousin made." That post was made in February 2024, months before the investigation went public. It shows that at least some family members already knew something was wrong. Wendy later posted another message saying, "You won't silence us any longer." That one came in September, after Celeste's death. So she clearly knew what had been happening between Celeste and David, even before the world did. At this point, people started wondering, how much did the entire family know? And if they knew, why didn't they stop it? Were they scared of losing her? Or were they just ignoring the truth because it was easier than facing it? Whatever the reason, the silence around Celeste's situation feels heavy, like everyone was pretending not to see what was right in front of them. Meanwhile, David has continued to act like he's untouchable. When police went to his home back in July, there was already talk that things were getting serious. Body cam footage later showed that officers had visited his place before the Tesla incident, the same Tesla where a young girl's body was later found. So people are asking, if police had already been to his house, why wasn't more done? Why was he still free to move around, make songs, and post online?
There's also confusion about where he is now. He hasn't been seen in public since early October. Some say he's hiding out in Houston, Texas, with his family. But if the alleged crime happened in California, how is he allowed to leave the state? It doesn't make sense, and it's leaving people frustrated, waiting for justice that feels like it's taking forever. When you look at the full picture, it's horrifying. A teenage girl groomed by someone older, possibly protected by her own family's silence, ends up gone. And the man at the center of it all is still making music about her, songs that romanticize the entire situation. Every lyric feels like a reminder of what she went through. Every post, every deleted upload feels like he's mocking the system that hasn't stopped him yet. And through it all, the people who loved Celeste most are now being questioned too, not because they wanted this, but because they might have let it happen. Some people think the police are building a bigger case, that they're waiting until they have enough proof to charge him with homicide. That would explain the silence. It takes time to build something solid, especially in a case that's become so public and emotional. But others fear that the delay means justice will never come, because the longer it drags on, the more people start to forget. And forgetting is exactly what people like David want. So now, we're left with this disturbing situation. A deleted song, lyrics that sound like confessions, family members acting strange, and a young girl's story that still doesn't have an ending. No one knows where this is going. Maybe there will be an arrest. Maybe more people will come forward. Maybe justice will finally happen. But for now, all we can do is keep talking about it, keep asking questions, and keep remembering Celeste, not as a name in a headline, but as a young girl who deserved better than this. Because every time someone like David tries to turn her story into a song, the truth needs to be louder. And that's where things stand now. David might think he's being mysterious, but the world is watching. And no song, no deleted upload, no cryptic post can hide what really happened. Celeste deserves justice, and the truth will always come out, no matter how long it takes.